Hello and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. So firstly, if you didn't know kind of the story, the synopsis of this novel, we are following this young woman called Offred, and she's living in this dystopian and totalitarian society where women essentially have no rights. All they are birthing machines to society. And I'm not 100% sure about this because it's not touched on too much during the book, but I think it is because of some kind of radiation or some kind of war or something that happened where reproduction rates are really low and a lot of people actually really struggle to get pregnant and to have children. So obviously, just from that synopsis, you can tell it is a very dark and very kind of grim story. Any kind of dystopian I find is usually quite disheartening because it's following a society where things have just gone really, really wrong and people tend to not have a lot of rights. That is definitely the case in this one. It takes away all of the rights from women and, like I say, they're just treated as birthing machines. So yeah, we are following Offred and her experience living in the society and the things that she's remembering from her past. She remembers some things. As far as I can tell, she believes she's being drugged because she's forgetting things. But again, that's not really touched on. I know this is part of a series. I've not read any of the other books in the series. I don't know how many there are. I've only read this one and it was really recently. So I'm just gonna go with kind of what I picked up from in the first book. But yes, she thinks that she's being drugged and it's following her as she's trying to manage dealing in this society and how it's affecting her. So it's definitely a very personalised story. There are some really, really dark moments in here. It does touch a lot on suicide, sexual assault, consent issues. And again, I feel like you can kind of just tell that from the synopsis, but just so that you're aware before you go into this, it is very, very dark and also pretty gruesome as well. I hate to bring it up because with every dystopian novel, I feel like I do this and other people do it as well, but it is very true that if you enjoyed 1984, if you enjoyed books like The Memory Please, Brave New World, you're probably really going to enjoy this. I feel like the writing is actually very accessible and easy to read. I was nervous going in because I know that Atwood has delved into poetry and I wasn't sure if the book was going to be kind of purple prosy, a little bit fluffy, but it wasn't. It was very easy to read. I wouldn't say simple, it's not a simple book, but it was really beautiful without being too much, if that makes sense. So I feel like pretty much anyone can read this as long as they're okay with the subject matter. It's definitely very dark, it's very disheartening, but it is so gripping. I feel like I didn't want to put it down at all. It's not the longest book in the world, so I got through it very quickly, but I'm so glad that I read it, and I don't know if the series is any good. Please let me know. Also let me know how many seasons there are, because I feel like when series are too long, I just don't even want to get started on them because I don't watch a lot of TV. If I'm sat down to just be reading rather than watching TV. But anyway, yeah, let me know if it's worth checking out because I really loved this book. This is only going to be a very short review because I can't spoil anything, but I do like the conversations within this novel about kind of femininity and the feminist movement and how things could go very wrong in a supremely patriarchal state. So overall, you can probably tell that I really enjoyed this. I found it very interesting, very intriguing, and I'm actually going to be trying some more of Atwood's works in the future as well, so it's convinced me to try more of her writing. So overall, it got a 5-star rating from me. One of the best books I've read this year so far. I know it is only March, we're not very far through. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic and I really would recommend it to anyone, again, as long as you are certain that you'll be okay with the subject matter. But yeah, if you have read this book, please let me know down below what you thought. Let me know if the other books in this series are worth reading. But that is it for me today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!